Hi Cindy. I'm going to show you a couple things to knit that you need. This was one of them. Remember how I told you it has all the holes for the needle, so if you're not sure what size of needle you have, you stick it in, and if it's too big, then you know it's the wrong size. When you get down to the perfect one, it'll fit through, but it won't go in the next one. Okay? So the way you can tell is it has to fit. It'll go through, but it won't go into the next smaller one. And you'll need this so that you can measure how many stitches to an inch that you're getting, or how many to 2 inches going up and across. Like if you're trying to make a hat for somebody, you have to make sure that you get it the right size. And I wanted to show you a couple hats that we could do. This one right here is all stripes, and down here is like a knit to purl to ribbing, and this is worked on a circular needle. This is the ones from Karen's Simply Soft, some of the colors I had left over. This one was Hobby Lobby. This is called my bubblegum wad hat, and people can just put their wads wherever they want. This also has the knit to purl one ribbing on the bottom. This one right here, I want to teach you how to do, and that's stranded knitting. And if you look at it really close, I'm not sure if you can see the pattern, but I just designed a simple little pattern that we could work. And the top of it's worked with on the double point needles, but the bottom is worked with the circular needles all the way up. And I really like the stripes, as you can see. This one right here is, what was the name of this? Busy Bee yarn. And I tried some different things for learning how to make jogless stripes. I really don't like how this one turned out, but I did try different techniques out on the internet. And here's another one I was working on. This one's Hobby Lobby yarn. I made it kind of short because it was like a sampler. Okay, first thing we're going to do is get your needles, and you can either use a circular 16-inch needle. These are the Knit Picks, and we also have a set of the Knit Picks Harmony over here. But let's go on to the cast on. When you're going to do a hat, if you're using like Hobby Lobby yarn, you pull out like from your left arm to your right arm, kind of spread out, and then I put like another, 8 inches or so, and I always have enough left over. And you can either do the slip knot, like we always do with crocheting, and put it on, and then we can start, or you can do this method. We're going to do the long tail cast on, but if you don't know how to do the slip knot, which I know you do, but you can start by doing it this way. What you do is you put the yarn that's going to your ball toward the right, and the yarn that's going to the end that you pulled to the left, and you just kind of wrap it over those 2 fingers right there, and you put your finger on top, and what we're going to do is we're going to go in front of your thumb, and it kind of makes like a hole here, and you push it straight up, then you go over here toward your pointer finger, go under that yarn, and if you watch real close, it's pulling it through right here. And when you do that, you get 2 automatically on. And when you use this method, you're actually going to have a knitted row already complete. So we're going to do that a couple more times. We're going to go over here to the left. You're going to stick your needle up through this hole here, go over to your pointer finger, and grab it, and see how you pull it through right there. Drop your thumb out, and we got it on. Okay. When you're doing this, make sure that they go easily. If they don't go easily, just take one of them off, or however many you need to do to get them all off. All right, so let's do this some more. I'm going to do it a little faster. We're going to go here through the thumb, go over here, and just pull it through and kind of tighten it. So right this point we have 4 on. Most of the hats that I do are either 72, or 80. They're usually multiples of 8. And like if you're going to do stranded knitting, there's the charts that tell you how many that they're multiples of. But in order for you to work it, you have to make sure all your stitch counts are right. And I did want to show you a couple other things. There is a way that you can, by the way, look at this, how it looks like nice and neat. Looks like a knitted row already. There is another way that you can cast on. I don't like it. I'll show you the difference. You just wrap it around your thumb, go up, and then it pull off. And I'll show you that again. Just wrap it around your thumb, go up, and pull. I want to show you the difference on the needle so you can see what I'm talking about, how it looks different. So if you look here, notice here's your knitted looking row that we were doing at the beginning, and this is what it looks like here. It gives like a nice easy knit look at the bottom of it, the hat, versus this, I don't know, twisty look. And a lot of people use this. I don't care for it. By the time I do 70 stitches and then start trying to do my first row, I end up having all these long little pieces. And I've seen people before that they get this long area between the stitches here, and then what happens is it looks like crap. So I don't really like that. So I always just use the long tail cast on. All right. So this is the one that goes to my yarn end. This one is the one that goes to the ball of yarn. You have to take into consideration the weight of the yarn to figure out how many stitches you're going to need. So when you're looking at the patterns out there, it'll tell you, let's just say that you want, or that to make a certain thing, you're going to get 4.5 stitches to an inch. If you sit down and you just make yourself a block of, let's just say, 4-inch block by 4-inch block, and then you lay this down to measure it, if you don't get 4.5 stitches this way, if it says, or 5 stitches going up, then you know that you've got the wrong size needle. You'll either have to go up or down in your needle size so that it'll match what, you know, the person intended when they did the pattern, especially if you want it to look just like the pattern. Now, it doesn't make a bunch of difference. Let's just say you're just going to make an afghan with a whole bunch of just, you know, knitted squares, and you don't care that, let's say, they're 6.5 inches when it's really supposed to be 6 inches, or 7 by 7, or you're just making a scarf and you don't care if it is a certain width. Then you just use whatever size needles that you want with whatever size yarn that you want. Let's see. I was going to show you after you cast on what to do and how to join it. So I've only got so many minutes to do this without having to stop and pause and stop and pause. So I think what I'll do is go ahead and stop it and make sure I have the right number of stitches. So if you're working along with me, let's just say we're going to do 72 stitches. And so why don't you get your yarn, follow along, and do 72 stitches on your flat needles, because I know you don't have your circular needles yet. Okay? I'm going to pause this.